Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors. Today, I don't know if I'd really call it a quick review. It's more of just a holy smoke, we got Galactus, and we're just going to talk about him for a little bit. I might overlay some of the unboxing video. I don't know if the unboxing video is quite an episode in itself, but it'll be good to put some over this. But as you can see beside me, Galactus has arrived, and he's huge. Definitely the size of a small toddler. Yeah, I guess I'll start out by saying I think this is the greatest Marvel Legend figure ever made, and I love it.
So, and then a point to note here is that Dakota and I went in on splitting a Galactus last year.
Mm-hmm.
So Galactus is with him. I watched from afar as he opened it, and I have not yet gotten to see him in person in all his glory. But I take Dakota's glowing reviews to mean that he's good. So yes, once I see it, I can maybe give more some more dive-ins. But from what I've seen, he looks pretty great.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got him posed with all of his heralds. I don't think I'm missing any heralds, am I, Jordan? I've got Firelord, I've got Cosmic Ghost Rider, Thor, and then he came with Morg, Silver Surfer, and Nova. Am I missing any?
I mean, I like throughout all of comic
I
history.
guess I don't have... Well, I just mean, like, that Hasbro has Legends of. I don't have Terrax yet because I've ordered the 2-pack, and the 2-pack hasn't arrived yet, but there is the Build-A-Figure out there, so you had that option. But other than Terrax, I think I've got all of the figures.
Yeah. There's not any that I can think of.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the best parts about him, I'm surprised with how articulated he is. I mean, I've seen people putting him in like Bruce Lee, like super low side lunge poses. The skirt piece being able to like detach and stuff. I'm not going to pull him down because it's kind of challenging to get the figures posed up on his arms and hands, but the skirt pieces kind of like come apart, and you can like lift his leg much more than you could with the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure. And even like all of his fingers, like with Toy Biz, that was also kind of gimmicky when it was like every finger was articulated. This Galactus actually works because he like grips onto the stands a lot better for Frankie Ray and Silver Surfer. And then the faceplates are pretty cool too. Like I've got him in just kind of his stoic faceplate right now, but once I get like an Avengers display where they're fighting him, I'll get the grimacing face. And then I'd like to get some pictures with all of your zombies and his zombie face. So
that'd be cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I think, I mean, the very few gripes I have, it is kind of challenging to get the stands posed in his hand. They don't seem to want to fit super well. But like you can see with Frankie Ray, I got it. Silver Surfer, I even have posed up on Galactus's bicep just because I wanted Galactus like doing something else with his hand rather than just like holding two of his heralds. So I thought that was cool. I mean, that's probably my only gripes with Galactus. The figures that come with Galactus, so the tiers, well, I'll start out like that Doom head, absolutely pointless. I really wish that would have been another herald or something because the head itself is kind of dumb. Like the hood is so gappy that you can see through the back of it. And I don't think Doom in that comic wears a cape, but I think if you could get like a custom like cape for that hood, I think that would make it look a lot better. Mm-hmm. But I don't ever plan on posing it again. When we're together, I would love to get a Doom army posed up with the Doom Galactus, but that's really the only reason that's remotely cool to me at all. The heralds, like Silver Surfer, is pretty much the same as Walgreens Silver Surfer. slightly less shiny. He doesn't have that like black, not really like a black wash, but I have I've got the other one down here. So like you can kind of see where this Silver Surfer kind of has like the black around his eyes. The new one doesn't. I've seen some people say he looks kind of like Iceman. I really thought that I was not going to like this HasLab Silver Surfer. Now I'm much more torn on which Silver Surfer I'm going to keep, whether it's going to be the new or the old one. The only difference is the back of this one doesn't have a peg hole, and the new one does have a peg hole for some reason. So I'm not sure why they switched that up. Slightly different head sculpts too. Like you can kind of see like where ears would be on the new one. He only comes with one like power effect, which I will say that is another gripe of mine because they showed him originally with two. I'm pretty sure they displayed him at San Diego Comic-Con with two. Where's the other one? Was it really that much of a savings for them to only give us one? Come on. So, whatever. I actually do like the I like the power effects that come with the Walgreens Silver Surfer better anyway, so maybe I'll swap those out and take the purple off, put the gold on. Again, it's not the end of the world, but still, Hasbro, don't be so cheap that you can't give us two power effects when you've been showing us two power effects. Morg. I have my Morg posed with a Mythic Legions axe, just because I thought the axe he came with was kind of puny compared. It's like I don't expect his axe to be as big as Terrax, which maybe this is like, again, I've never read anything with Morg. I like Morg because he looks freaking cool. But he's a Herald of Galactus. Shouldn't he have a more imposing weapon? That's at least what I think. I think he looks cooler with the Mythic Legions axe. This is from the Deluxe Orc Builder, I believe. So maybe when I get Terrax's axe will still be even bigger and it'll make sense. But yeah, this one was just not doing it for me. It's a decent axe, but it's just small. And then Frankie Ray Nova, she's decent. I mean, I was surprised with like the different feels between the two figures of Silver Surfer and Frankie Ray Nova. Silver Surfer felt like a much cheaper plastic, not quite as bad as Firelord. Firelord feels super cheap. Kind of disappointed in him. Like getting him to hold his like flaming Q-tip is kind of a pain because his hand is so soft and gummy that he just wants to throw it on the floor. Silver Surfer's a little bit in that vein, not quite as bad. Frankie Ray Nova is like the exact opposite, where she's super stiff. You might want to have a hairdryer handy for her, just because like getting her knees and arms to move, especially her neck joint, those were all really stiff and like quality plastic that I'm like, this would break because it's so sturdy, where Silver Surfer feels like I could just like pull his joints apart. So, some trade-offs there. Her hairpiece is really cool. Makes her really back heavy, but I added some of the flame effects. I think those flame effects on her hands came with Dormammu.
Right.
Her peg hole on the base is a little small. I'm not sure if that was intentional. It doesn't seem like it was. It seems like it wasn't completely sculpted in. And she's got a lot of weird marbling around her. Like she's a gold figure, which like usually on the Iron Man figures, you get that like kind of like marbling in the plastic. And I've never cared about that until Frankie Ray Nova. I think it just looks kind of weird. Like here, I'm going to do a little walk around with the mic. Like she's got some marbling like on her boobs. She's got marbling on her thighs. If you look on the backside, she's got it on the back of her legs.
Now you try getting imbued with cosmic power and see how you look.
No, I mean, still, it looks cool. And usually with like some of the other figures, like if it's a little bit more like lava-ish, it makes sense almost, but it's just like weird seams that aren't where they should be. So again, I mean, at quick glance, you don't see it, but like if you're like really like taking the time to like inspect your figures, you're going to see it. I know I saw Shardimus Prime's review of his Galactus, and his Frankie Ray had like a marble right through her like eyebrow, so it's like very obvious to see that. I will say, like, getting his arm up like it is now is as high as I would put his arm, because any higher, like at first, like I think I moved it out to the side or something, but like the chest or like up on the shoulder kind of like separated. So, be careful of that. And I've seen people say like it'll scuff if you like kind of rub it up against that shoulder piece. He also lights up. Let's light him up.
Dakota's new favorite nightlight.
Yeah. So it stays on for like 4.5, 5 minutes, something like that. I haven't put a stopwatch on it yet. But it kind of pulses. I mean, you guys have seen that if you've seen any of the Hasbro team doing stuff with it.
It looks really good next to your posters, man.
Yeah. Got the Cosmic posters over there. I'm excited to get Terex in. He hasn't shipped yet, but people in the UK have gotten him, so I'm hoping he comes soon. This box. I got the box beside me here. The size of that. I can't get it all on the screen.
It's a big box. It's a big box for a big boy.
Yeah. I plan on keeping the box. If I ever do end up selling this Galactus, he's going to get... I'll put him in the like styrofoam thing, but then I'm going to ship him out in the shipper box. I'm keeping that box. Probably going to frame it up. Yeah. Good Galactus. Am I going to sell it, Jordan? I don't know. Because this one is the one that I bought separate. I told Savannah it'd be a good, flip it, make double our money. I don't know, Jordan.
It's hard to get rid of that guy.
I think...
He looks freaking cool. You at least got to keep him till I can see him.
Well, yeah, for sure. I'll do that. Frankie Ray Nova, she would be the highest on the chopping block.
Hey, Christmas is coming up.
Yeah. So
there might be
I don't know.
An orphanage that you could donate him to.
Yeah. It's not a donation to me.
I love orphans, but...
Yeah. So, I don't know. I know some people want some more Cosmic figures to go with them. Because I think people have been wanting Sleepwalker or Airwalker. No, Airwalker. We've gotten Sleepwalker. That's the green dude.
Oh.
Airwalker and...
Stardust, isn't there?
Stardust, yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't remember which one each of those are, but one of them looks like it would be cool. And the other one, I can't remember what it looks like at all. So I would take them. I love me some Heralds of Galactus. Even if I wasn't going to keep this Galactus, still pretty cool. Talk about something with Galactus, and I'll get the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure to show him off next to him.
Galactus. Did you know that Galactus is not actually a giant purple man? He merely is taking the form of something that is able to be comprehended by people. So, if that explains why he's so goofy looking, then maybe
it's only because you can comprehend his goofiness. So, here's the original Toy Biz Build-A-Figure. Show him next to Silver Surfer first so you get your context. Pretty big figure, He's like the size of his chest. Put him next to HasLab Galactus, and he is puny. Such a small Build-A-Figure compared to such a large HasLab. So.
I still love the Toy Biz, man.
No, I agree. I would never get rid of this Toy Biz Build-A-Figure. It's just this Galactus could hold this Galactus like a baby.
Yeah, it's a different ball game,
Yeah, for sure. If you can't afford the HasLab Galactus, which I'm not even sure if I can afford it, the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure is perfectly fine as a Galactus. I think it scales just fine. He's not some ginormous planet-eating monster, but Galactus can change his size and everything, so, play around with it. It's fun.
Works.
I don't know, Jordan. Anything else you want to know or have to say about Galactus?
I can't wait to get my hands on him. But should people buy a Galactus now or wait if they want one?
If I could go back in time and tell you, should you buy this Galactus for $400, I would say absolutely. buy 3. Keep 1, sell 2. Now that he's out, the prices are higher. He's going for like $600-700. It's hard for me to justify just because I don't have that kind of coin, and I would have to sell a lot of stuff. Because like I would kind of rationalize that as like $700 is like an entire drawer full of figures for me, or like I could sell off my Toy Biz Build-A-Figures, like my Galactus, my Sentinel, Apocalypse, and Giant Man, and then I would have enough money for HasLab Galactus. I don't think I could do that, just because like for me it's like more nostalgia Toy Biz stuff, and that's just like equal values, so that's kind of where that comes in. So a whole Toy Biz Build-A-Figure, like that collection, I think I would pick over this one, just because like this also takes up so much real estate. Like if you have a house, that's one thing. Jordan and I both live in apartments, so like what you see here is pretty much all that I have to display with, or all the room I have to display with. So he takes up like 75% of my
shelf.
Yeah. So that's another factor to think about too. But he's so freaking cool. If you got a house and you got the space and the money, you got to get a Galactus, man. It's so good.
All right. There you have it.
Yeah, I mean, greatest figure I think Hasbro's ever made. I think it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah,
It's a statement piece. You just look at it before you go to bed and you say, "Dang, I own that thing." So, you know, I wouldn't put him in like when we do our like top 10 figure list again, you can't put him in the top 10 because it's like obviously HasLabs are amazing.
Yeah.
But he's easily number 1. So not nearly as
There you
like
have it.
playable. Like you're not gonna like put him on your desk and like play with him like you would with an Iron Man or Spider-Man, but you're gonna put him in like world build with him. So go get a Galactus if you can afford it.
All right. There you have it.
All right. Until next time, stay strong. Nice.
You crack me up, dude. You love that thing.